When I'm sitting down with a customer at the site survey, a lot of our customers in Utah have already looked into solar, and things have changed drastically from the time they looked at it even a year ago to now. And so it's really important for them to understand the differences and the value that we have with the new product. And so the way that I do that, I always hit on 3 bullet points at every single site survey. And we've already found out, if they know anything about solar and all the things that we know about it. But when I get into it, I just tell a story, because stories sell, facts tell. So I like to tell a story of what we went through as a company to help sell batteries to the customer. And so I explain, the changes in net metering and explain the need for batteries. And then I say the biggest problem we had, though, when we had to figure out how to sell batteries is the cost. I have that open and upfront conversation right there at the site survey with the customer. I tell them, hey, it's a lot more expensive to install solar today with batteries than it was last year without batteries. And so that was a big concern to us. But luckily, a couple things happened. So number one, the tax credit got extended. And the battery qualifies on the tax credit. So if you do solar with the battery, you're gonna get a lot bigger tax credit than you would if you just did solar alone. So that's been helpful. Number two, the rebate. And so we partnered with Rocky Mountain Power and Sonnen, and Rocky Mountain wants a lot of batteries here in the state of Utah, so they're actually paying customers that put a Sonnen battery on their home, a pretty significant amount of money, and that helps pay for quite a bit of the battery. And so that rebate is new, and it's been huge for us. Number three is the financing. And so I hit on this with the customers right at the site survey. I say, hey, look, 6 months ago, our best interest rate we could get you on solar, most people finance it, our best interest rate we could get was 2.99%. Then a few months back, it went from 2.99 to 0.99. And that was huge. And now on certain terms, if your credit's really good, we can actually get you a 0% rate for all the way out to 20 years. So the interest rate dropped 3 points. And that 3-point difference is about a $70 to $80 difference on a monthly payment. So literally my customers that are going solar this year are getting a lot more value because they're getting solar and a battery. They have the self-reliance, they have the ability to consume their own power rather than selling it all back to the grid. They're getting a similar payment to what they would have had last year with no battery, even though the overall project cost has increased. I think that's super important for a customer to understand. We don't know how long the interest rates are going to be as good as they are. They're likely not going to stay as low as they are. And so we want to make sure that they understand that makes a huge difference, and they can get a monthly payment that's still competitive, at least with their power bill. I never tell them it's going to be equal to or less, because it's not going to be. But it's still going to be a payment that's reasonable, and they get a lot more value now that they have the battery and the solar.